Congratulations. we all came out and thought, what? For instance, Aisha, Gavin Williamson, having been in charge of education, any parent state that has emerged over lockdown, the algorithm, the loss of learning, will think, actually, I think, you know, lots of people think good riddance.
We've been there too long.
Yeah, absolutely. I think
that Dominic Raab wasn't humiliated entirely.
Yes, and
Still gets rewarded in a way. I mean, he loses that big post, but it doesn't go completely, does it?
I think
Make himself Deputy Prime Minister, which says quite a lot about his power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably actually.
What does it mean for the BBC?
Well, nothing ever means anything for the BBC. You can't...
And for the people who want to get rid of the BBC.
For the people who have, you know, sort of.
Michael Gove, other than dad dancing in a club in
I wanted him to get the job at Minister, but I've got a theory about this. I've got to do this.
Grace says, I have a beloved relative in a care home. I do not think we should take away people's choice not to be vaccinated. Leave the kind, beloved carers alone. Safe practices are in place. While Beverly says, sadly, my mum contracted COVID-19 on the 21st of August, the day after her 86th birthday. She sadly, people say, actually, I'm hesitant about it. That's not going to count, is it? So that's not going to give anybody a pass on this.
No. And
to exist anyway. I mean, you call it a fudge. The point is there are potentially 70,000 workers in England who could lose their jobs. Now, John Godden, you run care homes. You actually...
Hi there, good morning. It's just gone 6:30. Welcome to a jubilant programme. Look at that.
Yay!
There's no fanfare.
We're all winners. We're all winners.
Well, you especially are winning as well. Well, firstly, thank you.
No.
Is there any significance that this is a theme tune to the Trolls movie?
Just as I said, congratulations, Piers Morgan.
That does seem more apt.
For Best News Presenter. And there was an absolutely lovely moment yesterday where he said it was teamwork that made the dream work and invited me up on stage. But it's down to you. No one has held politicians to account in a more rigorous way than you did, Piers, during the pandemic. And congratulations. It's very well deserved. A winner. I mean, you are our winner every day, Kate Garraway.
No, but
I like to think Roman Kemp, who tried to keep everything going as best he could.
Yeah.
And I looked at Kate, and we knew that this last award was going to Kate, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, crikey, she's got to go up on stage. Right, hold on a sec. Do you want some water? And I said, just give yourself a little dab. Is the eyelash coming off?
Beautiful report.
She doesn't come out often, does she? But when she does, she does it in style.
I know, I was so touched, because I've noticed... Isn't that amazing? Because I never think we look alike.
And then there's there.
She'll be horrified.
Can you just do that thing like you did in that, which introduced the lunchtime news?
Good evening. This is... Oh, good evening.
Well, the government was falling apart.
Or putting itself back together.
We're joined by political sketchwriter for The Times, Quentin Letts. We're going to talk to Dr. Hillary in a few minutes about a really important subject, and that is that care home workers have to get their first jab today in order to be fully vaccinated by the deadline of November the 11th. And, of course, care homes are really worried about staffing. Aisha, that's a huge problem, isn't it? We all know how important vaccination is, no matter what Nicki Minaj says.
Care home who was talking about the difficulties that Brexit has lent to having these staffing shortages because they have lost a lot of European care workers that aren't here anymore. And now the difficulty in lots of their care workers being forced to have this jab, which they're, as Aisha said, they're hesitant to have. What's your take on this? Because, of course, anybody that has family members that are residents in one of these care homes understands their vulnerability, and you want them to be as safe as possible. So you can understand why they would be keen for all of the care home workers to be double jabbed, if that is what is going to be happening.
Yeah, Ben,
spoke to was, can we not introduce some sort of daily testing or testing for these care home workers while this plan is put into place, whether that is education so they understand that the vaccines are safe? Because clearly there is going to be a huge shortfall. I think ITV themselves have done their own research. So there's 40,000 jobs that are already missing within the care home sector before this 70,000 that could drop away. So the government needs to find another way of keeping those care home workers there, keeping the residents safe before they are able to have the jab, which is what ultimately everybody is after.
Sure, I mean, testing...
Over vaccine passports, I wonder whether the threat to staffing... Quentin, Aisha, Dr. Hillary, thanks very much indeed. Plenty more still to come. Do get in touch with us, particularly if you're a care home worker or if you have a relative who is in a care home, and you're actually more worried about losing your carer than about them having
staff shortages.
the double jab. We're going to talk to Bob Mortimer and Greg Wallace this morning. You're watching Good Morning Britain on ITV.